Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. 2 1. Oh, great. That's fantastic. Sorry about that. A little bit technical difficulties. The great thing is that this is my first YouTube live. I've been on live so far right now on TikTok, basically trying to um, see how that works there. Are you currently on? Let me see. Let me know if you're still in there. We can use this as a. Okay, great. All right, this is cool. Now I understand what was going on. Oh, that's cool. They got you picture and everything in there. All right, so this is the first. This is the first stream. I wonder how they do this in order to get folks inside of this one. This interface is a lot more simpler, a lot more easier to maneuver. So this is good. Well, what I would like to do is I would like to talk about the untouchable man, a man that is unmoved, unshaken, uncompromised. This is going to be fantastic. I appreciate y'all that joined today, and we're going to get right to it. All right. If there's any questions or any insights, thoughts that kind of comes in, please share in the chat. Let me know where you're from, what's going on, what's happening, what kind of goals you have, what kind of wins, where you might be struggling with, what you may be struggling with, how you moving forward, things that you feel like you just hitting a brick wall. Let us know. Let me know in the chat. I would like to talk about it, give some perspectives, and change lives. We can do this one at a time. So, with that being said, one of the things I would like to discuss today is the topic of being authentic in a world where social media puts you in a position to make you feel like you are your best version yet. I'd like to discuss. I'd like to be able to dive into that topic of being authentic in the world of social media. And it's interesting because normally when we think about the social media scene, you have guys who are people who are creators. So they're making content, they're throwing out posts, and you have people who are just browsing and just watching everybody and checking everything out. And then you have those that are just like casual posters, which in turns also some level of content, but they're not creating content so that the world can see because they may potentially be selling something or doing any of that. And I believe that this what I'm speaking about in regards to authenticity speaks heavy on the former two that I discussed, those that are content creators and those that are posting on social media. How many times have you seen friends and family and others in the community where they're posting and number one, they don't even look like that in real life? Yeah, that's a big one. That's a real big one. That the individual doesn't even look like whatever it is that they're posting. Obviously, these days we talk about being catfished and stuff like that. And the reality is that guys, that's a clear red flag. That's a clear red flag that if you're in a position where every time you have to show face and it's the best possible version of yourself every single time, I would say that that's a problem. It's a problem because you are not the best version of yourself every single time. Granted, we can sit there and say, hey, I might have standards. I might be in a position where I feel like whenever I do go out or If I present myself in public or whatever, then I need to have my best foot forward. And I understand that. I understand that you want to have your best foot forward. But the reality is that do you have your best foot forward because of who you are internally? Or is it because when you go out, you already know that people are going to be talking about you? They're not going to be approving what's going to be said. You already know that it's going to potentially make you feel uncomfortable, right? So if all these different aspects of your life is what's happening on socials where you can't really be basically your true self, then that's a red flag. That's a red flag, and we see this too many times. And when you go see individuals in the real world, it's not the same. There's no congruency there. And I'm thinking like, if you can't be real and normal and in these situations where every post, everything that you're doing is just a highlight of your life, and everything is always the best. I don't know how many times I've run into individuals where in that situation, things that's going on in their house, it's like it's on fire, basically. Right? Relationships are bad, marriages aren't going well, whatever the case may be. I saw that there was somebody in here. Oh, they just walked out. I wanted to see who they were in the chat. This doesn't allow me to see anybody. All messages, top chat. It doesn't allow me to, let me see, participants. Yeah, it doesn't show all the participants, which is interesting. So I'm learning on here. All righty. All right. Well, this is good. This is good being able to get into a position to be able to go live like this. So I'm excited about this, that I'm able to just come on here, get some good practice in, and be ready. Get in a situation to be prepared. Um, this what I'm doing right now is exactly what it takes as the untouchable man and building that and having the heart of success is to be able to show up, right? I'm showing up because of myself. I want to show up. I want to be able to come in here, whether there's people in here or not. This gives the opportunity to be able to practice on the craft, to be able to work, to be able to put it in and get it in. Give me a second here. I feel like the sound might potentially be a little low, but let me check. Nope, I can't control the volume from there. All right. I think this is interesting because, having a small little following right now and getting to see how many people would be able to interact on the live, or realizing that you could get into a position where you can just turn the cameras on and go live, which is great. But at the same time, you think about being able to schedule the lives and making sure that more people are able to come in because they see that there's an event. So in other words, you're creating an event. This right here would be just like a pop-up party, right? And it's something that I'm kind of learning. I'm just doing like little pop-up parties versus hosting an event. An event would allow others to know that, hey, we're getting on this. This is what we're going to be talking about, and to be ready and to be prepared. So I think that this is great practice to be able to recognize and see that that's the case. This is cool, and I'm gonna get a lot more of this in here where I'm able to get this kind of practice and spend this time being in front of the mic and being able to communicate and talk and see what it looks like and not be afraid to be in front of the camera and discussing whatever is needed so that we can move forward. So, with that being said, those that just joined, my name is Larry Simmons. I'm the author of The Heart of Success and the creator of The Untouchable Man. And what we discuss here is getting men from being burnt out, hustled mentality, shiny penny syndrome, being in a state where you just feel inauthentic, where you're performing in this world where you're just not aligned. There's not congruency. There's difficulty in your manhood, your masculinity, your leadership, all those different aspects we're going to discuss, we're going to talk about, and we're going to show you the path on becoming the untouchable man, a man that is uncompromised, unmoved, unshaken. He's willing to go through the storms and come out thankful that the storm came, to be able to sharpen himself, to be able to move in presence with peace, with understanding. This is the man that we are becoming in this process. So join me on this journey, and there's going to be opportunities for those that see the vision, see the identity that they themselves want to be able to become and to move in that direction. There's going to be more opportunities to be able to work with me on a one-on-one basis, work together in a group, in a community, and even have opportunities to go out on very nice resorts and events like that where we can all come together and build this brotherhood. So that sounds like something that you might be interested in. Feel free to DM me. Let me know. We can schedule a call. We can talk. We can see exactly where you are and what we can do to move you forward so we can get you on this path of becoming the untouchable man. Any questions? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Let me know where you're at. Take advantage of this time that I currently have with you all to be able to throw out maybe some struggles, maybe some inner aspects of what's going on. You know, being in that situation where you just feel like um, success is coming easy, you're doing well, things is great, you have your family, you have your house, everything's taken care of. Yet when you're sleeping at night, you just feel like there's so much more that can be done. You feel like people don't actually know who you really are. And I know that feeling. And it can be very difficult to navigate that alone. But I want to tell you that you're not alone. I want you to know that others out here in the brotherhood knows exactly what that feels like, because being successful on externally is one thing and being successful internal is another thing. And I work with those that are externally successful, but I hate to say it, internally bankrupt. Um, so let me know in the chat what's going on, what's happening. We could keep it going. The comments. I got a couple options in here to put this user in timeout. Carolina Simmons, I'm gonna put you in timeout. No, that's funny. All right, this is cool. I'm gonna try to hit the little 25 or so mark, and you can keep it moving. Going live on YouTube. This is what I'm talking about. Let me know you got any comments. You got anything in that chat? Let me know. I might go live on Facebook next. You know what I mean? Shoot. All right. Emotions. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting about when you all right. Let me get back to this. Let me know. It ain't nothing in the chat. Nobody in here. Let me know where you from. Or something. Drink a little bit of my whiskey. I'm playing this apple juice. That right there. This one I'm pulling up right now. That's a little different. That strong man drink right there. Woo! It's apple juice, though. Chill out. Same color. Who smell apple juice like that? Mm, I do. Woo! All right. Well, I will say that there's definitely some simplicity with the YouTube stream, and being able to just be able to be in a position to just stream on YouTube is a opportunity. But again, I think it's more important for folks to um, schedule it and know that you have a live schedule and that you can go ahead and do that. So I want to see how I can take advantage of that, where I can find the best platform to be able to go live and build a community on and have people come on there. So this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Got a couple more minutes. And we'll be signing off. All right. Well, like I mentioned before, if you enjoyed what you've been hearing, if you recognize that you want a little bit more of this, I would like to invite you to be able to message me on the DM, whether you catch me on TikTok or Instagram, and soon potentially on Facebook. Feel free to shoot me a message. I'll be able to connect back with you, get on a call and talk, and let's see how we can get you to becoming the untouchable man. Like we mentioned before, a man unshaken, unmoved, uncompromised, who's not here to fold, who has presence, identity, who's building a legacy internally, who focuses on return on identity. And I know that today we just discussed and talked about the identity aspect and internally. That's our focus and our priority. At the moment is that those that are working with us, we start off by focusing on the identity internally. And we have other aspects where we talk about building the fortress and financially being able to secure wealth, acquire assets, raise capital. Different aspects of that is within a pipeline of becoming the untouchable man. Figuring out the ways that money is being made and which ones do you choose permanently right now, and how do you do that, and how are you aligned with what you're currently doing? How are you protected? All these are different aspects in the pipeline that we will continue to move in that direction, but we don't go in there until those come through the heart of success and the pathways of becoming the untouchable man. These are in the higher programs where we're able to come together and discuss those kind of things because you have a good base point on the alignment internally and the frameworks of the heart of success and becoming the untouchable man. So I see somebody just joined the chat. Let me know where you're from, who you are. We were just kind of wrapping up a little bit, but I don't mind being able to discuss a little bit more. Let me know who you are, and we'll be able to speak a little bit. Let me know what's going on. Just came into becoming the untouchable man, a man unshaken, unmoved, uncompromised, willing to go through storms and still stay alive, stay ahead. a man with presence, a man who doesn't shake or fall in manhood, in marriage. Let me know in the chat. All righty. Yeah, folks came in and came out. Came out. Thank you for joining in. Oh, they left. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Let's hit that 30. Let's hit that 30-minute marker. You know that we putting in that time. We getting it in. Got a working definition of the untouchable man. That the untouchable man is not about being perfect or emotionless. It's about becoming unshakable internally and externally. It's the man whose peace cannot be stolen, whose power cannot be bought, and whose purpose cannot be shaken by circumstance. That is the untouchable man. That is who we are building. That is the direction that we are going. Thank you for joining us live. We appreciate it. And we're looking forward to the next one. I hope some lives been changed. And remember, be wise, live conscious, and make moves.